Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Pushpita here. In this section, I wish to continue class 10 topic. Let's study the theorems on irrationals and rationals. Let's begin with irrationals. You might be learned that the numbers which cannot be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equal 0 are irrational numbers. For example, root 2, root 3, root 5, etc. In order to prove the irrationality of numbers, we need the following theorem. Let p be a prime number. If p divides a square, then p divides a, where a is a positive integer. See the example. If 2 divides 36 is equal to 6 square, then 2 divides 6. Here, 2 represents p, 36 represents a square, which implies a is equal to 6. Then p is equal to 2 divides a is equal to 6. Using this theorem, we can prove the following theorem. Root 2 is irrational. This is a board question. You should study the proof of this theorem. That is, prove that root 2 is irrational. Let us prove this theorem by the method of contradiction. Let me explain what is the method of contradiction. In order to prove a statement by contradiction method, start by assuming the opposite of what you would like to prove, then show that the consequences of this premise are impossible. This means that your original statement must be true. In order to prove root 2 is irrational, let us assume that root 2 be rational. Then we get root 2 is equal p by q, where p and q are coprimes. You have learned that the numbers which have no common factor other than 1 are called coprimes. That means p and q have no common factor other than 1. Now squaring both sides, we get 2 is equal to p square by q square. P square is equal to 2q square, which is taken as equation 1. Now apply the previous theorem. Since 2 divides p square, then 2 divides p. Therefore, p is a multiple of 2. Now let us assume that p is equal to 2c. Squaring both sides, we get p square is equal to 4c square. Using equation 1, we get 2q square is equal to 4c square. Dividing by 2, we get q square is equal to 2c square. Now apply the theorem. Since 2 divides q square, then 2 divides q. Therefore, q is also a multiple of 2. That means 2 is a common factor of both p and q, which contradicts the fact that p and q are coprimes. Hence, root 2 is an irrational number. Similarly, we can prove that root 3, root 5, root 7, etc. are irrationals. Prove that 2 plus 3 root 5 is an irrational number. See the question. 2 plus 3 root 5 is the sum of a rational and an irrational. Now let us assume that 2 plus 3 root 5 be a rational. Therefore, 2 plus 3 root 5 is equal to p by q, where p and q are integers. Remember that to prove the irrationality of root 2, root 3, root 5, etc., you have to take p and q are coprimes. In other cases, you can take p and q are integers. Now, 3 root 5 is equal to p by q minus 2. Taking LCM on RHS, we get 3 root 5 is equal to p minus 2q by q. That is, root 5 is equal to p minus 2q by 3q. Since p and q are integers, p minus 2q by 3q is a rational number. This implies that root 5 is rational, which contradicts the fact that root 5 is an irrational. Hence, 2 plus 3 root 5 is an irrational number. See the next question. Prove that root 2 plus root 5 is an irrational number. See the question. Root 2 plus root 5 is the sum of two irrational. Let's do. First, assume that root 2 plus root 5 be a rational. Then it can be written in the form of p by q. That is, root 2 plus root 5 is equal to p by q, where p and q are integers. Transpose root 2 to RHS, we get root 5 is equal to p by q minus root 2. Squaring both sides. On RHS, use the identity a minus b the whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. We get 5 is equal to p square by q square minus 2 root 2 into p by q plus 2. Transposing 2 root 2 p by q to LHS and 5 to RHS, we get 2 root 2 p by q is equal to p square by q square plus 2 minus 5. 2 root 2 p by q is equal to p square by q square minus 3. Taking LCM on RHS, we get 2 root 2 p by q is equal to p square minus 3q by q square. That is, root 2 is equal to p square minus 3q square by q square into q by 2p, which implies root 2 is equal to p square minus 3q square divided by 2pq. Since p and q are integers, p square minus 3q square by 2pq is a rational number, which implies root 2 is rational, which contradicts the fact that root 2 is irrational. Hence, root 2 plus root 5 is an irrational number. Now let's study some theorems on rational numbers. In class 9, you have learned that a rational number have either a terminating decimal expansion or a non-terminating repeating or recurring decimal expansion. In this section, let's learn some theorems related to it. Let us write the following terminating decimals as fractions and observe the denominators. 0.5, that is 1 by 2, is equal to 1 by 2 raised to 1, 5 raised to 0. 0.2 is equal to 1 by 5 is equal to 1 by 2 raised to 0, 5 raised to 1. 0.13 is equal to 13 by 100 is equal to 13 by 2 square, 5 raised to 2. We can see that all these are of the form 1 by 2 raised to n, 5 raised to m. That is, denominator is of the form 2 raised to n, 5 raised to m. Let's formally state the theorem. Theorem. Let x be a rational number whose decimal expansion terminates, then x can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are coprimes, and the prime factorization of q is of the form 2 raised to n, 5 raised to m, where n and m are non-negative integers. Now let us write the decimal expansion of 3 by 25 and 1 by 8. You know that it is easy to write a fraction with the denominator 10, 100, 1000, etc. So, you have to convert the denominator of the given fraction into the power of 10. Take 3 by 25. Here the denominator contains 5 square only. In order to make the denominator into the power of 10, we need to multiply both numerator and denominator by 2 square. Now we get 3 into 2 square by 5 square into 2 square is equal to 12 by 10 square is equal to 12 by 100, which is 0.12. Also, 1 by 8 is equal to 1 by 2 cube. Multiply both numerator and denominator by 5 cube. We get 1 into 5 cube divided by 2 cube into 5 cube is equal to 125 by 10 cube. 125 by 1000, which is equal to 0.125. These examples shows that the decimal expansion of a number whose denominator is of the form 2 raised to n, 5 raised to m, then it is terminating. Let us write down this result as a theorem. Theorem. Let x is equal to p by q be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q is of the form 2 raised to n 5 raised to m, where n, m are non-negative integers. Then x has a decimal expansion which terminates. Also, in class 9, you might be learned that 1 by 7 has a decimal expansion which is non-terminating repeating. That is 1 by 7 is equal to 0.142857 bar. Here the denominator is not of the form 2 raised to n 5 raised to m. Now we get a theorem. Theorem. Let x is equal to p by q be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q is not of the form 2 raised to n 5 raised to m, where n, m are non-negative integers. Then x has a decimal expansion which is non-terminating, repeating or recurring. Let's do some questions. Write the denominator of the rational number 257 by 5000 in the form of 2 raised to n 5 raised to m, where m and n are non-negative integers. Hence write the decimal expansion without actual division. See the denominator. It is 5000. Prime factor is we get 5000 is equal to 2 cube into 5 raised to 4. Compare it with 2 raised to n 5 raised to m, we get n is equal to 3 and m is equal to 4. Now 257 by 5000 is equal to 257 by 2 cube into 5 raised to 4. Multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2, we get 514 by 2 raised to 4 into 5 raised to 4, which is equal to 514 divided by 10 raised to 4. That is 0.0514. See the next question. The decimal expansion of the rational number 43 by 2 raised to 4 into 5 raised to 3 will terminate after how many places of decimal? See the denominator. It contains 2 raised to 4 into 5 raised to 3. To make this into the power of 10, we need to multiply it by 5. So multiply the numerator and denominator by 5, we get 43 into 5 by 2 raised to 4 into 5 raised to 3 into 5. That is equal to 215 divided by 10 raised to 4, which is equal to 0.0215. That's all from the first chapter. Hope you understand the topic. Practice with both questions. We'll meet in my next video. Thank you.